April is STI Awareness Month, or sexually transmitted infection. Now, almost half of new infections involve young adults and teens. Our health reporter Haley Hernandez is here with what every parent of a teenager needs to know. Haley, good morning.
Hey, thanks, Owen. So joining us now live is Dr. Janina White. She is the Deputy Local Health Authority for the Houston Health Department. Dr. White, thanks so much for agreeing to talk to us live this morning. I will add that, a challenge for a lot of young people is that these infections might not cause any symptoms. So what's your advice for the only way that somebody can know for sure if they have an STI?
So good morning. Thank you for having me. And actually, you're correct. This is National STD Awareness Month. And we know that these STIs are impacting our youth more than any other group hardest hit. So that's ages 15 to 24 for people who really are hardest hit. And what we want young people to understand is many of these infections really don't have any symptoms. So the best way to know if you are at risk is to really think about prevention and go get tested. So knowing your STD status or knowing your HIV status is very important.
Can you tell us, based on what you see in Houston with the Houston Health Department, what are some of the most common STIs that people can get?
So we know STIs are passed from one person to another person from having sex. And what we see are chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, human papillomavirus or that HPV, syphilis, as well as HIV.
Yeah, we'll leave those up because I don't think that will surprise anybody, but those are still quite common. What are some examples, though, if somebody doesn't get these treated, what are some of the complications that can arise?
So certainly we know that individuals that may have a sexually transmitted infection are more likely to get or transmit HIV. So it's important to know your status with regards to STIs. And we also know some complications of sexually transmitted infections, particularly chlamydia, may have a woman more at risk to be unable to get pregnant.
And on that topic, can you tell people what they can do or what they should do to avoid getting an infection?
So everyone has a different perspective on their preventive risk. And so certainly you want to think about, the number of partners that you may have. You want to think about the use of a condom, using it correctly. You want to talk to your partner and know if your partner has any sexually transmitted infections or their HIV status. You want to know your status. You want to know your risk for sexually transmitted infections as well as your HIV status. So you really want to have a frank conversation with your partner, have a frank conversation with your physician, and really talk to your physician about your risk and what tests you should get for your relative risk of infections. You also really want to think about what we call PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis treatment, or post-exposure, we call that PEP, post-exposure prophylaxis treatment with regards to your risk for HIV.
Yeah, there's no harm in knowing because those are very effective, safe drugs out on the market now. And so, as you mentioned, you want to know your status, and some things don't have symptoms, so you need to get tested in order to find out if you have anything. Where can you go to get tested, specifically for people who might not be able to afford it? Are there options for people to get tested without that financial barrier?
Absolutely. Here at the Houston Health Department, we have clinics. So you would want to call our numbers 832-393-5427. 832-393-5427, and call and see what clinic is nearest to you. And we're happy to have you come in and get an evaluation, whereby we actually offer a free STD counseling and testing.
Free. We like that. I am assuming, though, if you call that number that you're probably going to have to make an appointment.
Absolutely.
All right. Dr. White, thank you so much for joining us. That's Dr. Janina White with the Houston Health Department. And you can check out this interview on click2houston.com/seen at 7 to see more.